My name is Emmy Zotter, and I'm a senior at Michigan State University, and I'm studying my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Apparel and Textile Design. A few of the things that I love to do that are art-based is I love to sketch and draw croquis, which are just fashion croquis. I love to paint, and I love photography and ceramics. In general, I love just all mediums of art. I'm not super good at graphic design just because I'm not super tech savvy, I would say. But really anything that I can get my hands on and be creative with, I just really like to do. I have most of my work that's based with earth and nature. That's basically just my designer statement is somebody that likes or is trying to express the natural terms and give my viewer basically just more of an insight on the earth and the natural habitat and why we need to be saving it basically now for the rest of our lives and our generations afterwards. But I would say that I just love art in general, contemporary art, things in the 1800s. I just really like to learn about it, different mediums. That's basically what I just love to do. Interested in art. I would say to go back to like my youth. I was put into Waldorf schools when I was in preschool, so that's really creative based and art based and very hands-on. So I would say from a very young age, I've always been interested in art, and since then it's always been something that I'm very passionate about. And I just love, I don't know, everything that's art. So my favorite type of art, my favorite piece of art is probably art in the 1800s. A lot of textiles and graphic design is like based in the 1800s. And I think I just like textiles and wallpaper, as weird as it sounds, just because there's a lot of intricate detail that goes into that. And a lot of the tapestries and the wall decals that they brought up in the 1800s are now brought up to be like graphic design based. So I think like a lot of the artists in the 1800s and 1700s, they basically influenced all of the graphic design that's here nowadays in 2017. So I think that's definitely one of my favorite types of art. To go into more detail, I think just like 1930s contemporary art is one of my most fascinating things that I love. And a lot of art in the 1960s, like Andy Warhol's paintings, because they're super contemporary and they're just beautiful in general. So I think things that really just have an expression and you can see that they're influenced nowadays is what I really love most. I would say my biggest struggle with art, and especially my art, is being a perfectionist. I think I've always really tried and strived to be the best at something, and when you go to a school like Michigan State, when there are so many talented people, it's hard to be the best at every type of art and every type of medium, just because there are so many people who are talented who are also majoring in the same thing as you. So I think being a perfectionist is one of the biggest things that that's my weakness. I would say my biggest strength as an artist is I love to think out of the box. For an example, I made one of my avant-garde pieces for my three-dimensional form course. I made an octopus dress, so I was trying to think, it had to be an illuminating dress, so it had to light up basically, and I was thinking, okay, so what really cool creature lights up? And then I did a little bit of research and it was an octopus. So it took me like probably 20 hours to make this octopus dress, but I just wanted it to be big and I wanted it to be unique, and I think that that's one of my biggest strengths, is to be different with my art and to actually have a meaning behind it. I would say something that always translates into every one of my pieces is earth and animals, and basically just things that are on this earth that people don't really pay attention to. For example, one of my pieces, The Hunger and the Pine, was constructed completely out of wood. So I cut the wood chips. I have access to the wood shop here at Michigan State. So they were cut up all different wood chips, and then I basically put them on a linen and then stained them, and then that was in last year's fashion show, and I won the sustainability award for that. So I think just all of my pieces are basically trying to translate to other people who are viewing it that our earth is something that we all need to pay attention to, and there's just so much beauty in it, and you can basically, I think, make art out of anything that's natural. So I would say that's it. I would say my ideal career is just something that's in fashion design, something that's art-based, really anything that's in design in general. I think that if I had like a 9-to-5 job, I would go crazy. So anything that I can be creative in. Ideally, I would like to be something like a creative director or work for a company that uses sustainable and innovative efforts to basically conserve things for our planet. Because a little insight, fashion is the number 2 most polluting industry in the world, second to oil, which I think is insane. So I would just basically, I think, want to work with something that's sustainable and saving our planet, but also clothing people in the same way.